Which elements of your identity did you think will most impact on your residential stay with your apartment group members, and why?
The element of my identity, right, that I think will have the most impact on my stay will probably be my religion, because as a Muslim I have to pray 5 times a day. So that means like I need my roommates to be cooperative. I need them to lower down their volume so that I can pray peacefully. Yeah.
So for me, my identity, the acquired identity is me being introvert. I feel that this will impact most on my residential stay because as an introvert, I don't really communicate much with others, and this will obviously cause some communication problems for me and my group member as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I feel that I'm an ambivert, so it's the same thing as an introvert. So I'll feel that I can't communicate well with others at first, but when it comes to knowing them personally, because we'll be staying with each other for the next 4 nights, so maybe every night that we get to know each other, then we'll get more comfortable. Then I'll start to be a extrovert to communicate well with my peers.
Okay, so for me, I'll say that definitely will be a acquired identity, as I'm an extrovert Indian and I'm staying with 1 Chinese and 2 Chinese and 1 Malay, and wow. And I'm staying with a Malay who actually practices Islam. So when he actually prays, I have to be quiet and I have to respect it. So I have to give him his space, and this part of my acquired identity will actually, I feel that will impact the residential state.
Alright, so what are you looking forward to regarding interaction with your flatmates?
Okay. What I'm looking forward to make new friends and because like I'm staying with like people of different race and religion, so like during the interaction I can get to know more about their race and religion so that to avoid conflict.
Yeah, so for me, what I look forward most is of course to make new friends. As an introvert, I don't really have much friends, and now I'm living with flatmates like of different religion, race, and of personality as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, so for me, I feel that because we all came from engine school, so we don't really change class every sem. So I feel that making new friends and making new connections will be a very good platform for us. Like even in the future, like imagine you see this guy, imagine you see Timothy down the road, then we'll just oh hey, yeah, actually we stayed together, for the past 4 days, and yeah, we can still have normal conversations.
To me, I'm looking forward to my roommates being mutually respectful to one another's beliefs, be open-minded, and to listen to each other when they are talking. So to give like full consideration during communication, to respect each other, so that everybody will enjoy the residential stay, and to basically the bottom line is to avoid any form of conflicts, so that we at the end of the day we all go back home happy.
Alright, thank you boys. Which elements of your identity were most different from the other members in your group?
Okay, so for me, it's my acquired identity. For me, my personality is an introvert, like I previously mentioned before. So with you being an extrovert, so I find that to be most different between us. Yeah, because I'm quite shy and reserved despite my size and shape of face. Yeah. So I guess that's one of the biggest difference I would say that is between me and the roommate.
For me, like I said before, it's my religion. So as a Muslim, I have to pray 5 times a day. So which means that I need the cooperation from my members to let me pray peacefully. And also I also have a dietary restriction, which means that I cannot eat pork lah. Yeah.
For me, definitely I would say that is my acquired identity or religion. Because I'm a extrovert Hindu who practices Hinduism very strongly. So during this residential stay, I had to bring pictures of my idol and pray to them after every morning and night shower. And we all have heard about Muslims going for their Friday prayers every Friday. But we actually never seen them actually praying inside the mosque. Like, you're not allowed to go, ma. So during this residential stay, I took this opportunity to actually see my Muslim friends praying, and that is something that you don't get to see every day. So I take back from this stay is this new memory that I actually found.
Yes. And for me, it's my acquired identity as well. As I mentioned in the previous video, was that I'm a ambivert lah. Yeah. So at first the first 2 days being with them might not be as close, but when it comes to the third and fourth day where me and Yuban start to hype things up, cause he's a extrovert as well. So we managed to get Taufik and Timothy to really bond with us, and yeah, we gotten not say very very close, but we gotten quite close with each other. So I feel that it's a good stay. Yeah, but there may be ups and downs. So yeah.
Alright, which elements of your identity caused conflicts among members of your apartment group?
Okay, so for me, despite being an introvert, right, I'm quite tardy meaning that I like to throw things around. Like probably after I eat, I don't close the cap of the food. Then I feel that I think this might have offended you because he kind of like shoot me, not saying literally but yeah, he kind of told me to put my things back in order to hang my stuff. So for me, yeah, my tardiness was the one that caused conflict among us.
As for me, like I said before, it's my religion. So as a Muslim, I'm not allowed to eat pork. And just recently, my friends, they brought back home some pork and they even offered me, because they didn't know. But then I enlightened them about my dietary restriction and more about my religion. So yeah.
To me was something similar to what you said, but some of my roommates they actually bought pork and beef, and they offered to me to try out, but they didn't tell me that it was actually pork or beef. So I mean, I'm a casual person, I'm an easygoing person, so I just ate it up. Then after I ate, then they tell me that it's pork and beef. So yeah, this was one of the issue dealing with roommates.
Yeah, so I was the one that bought the beef back, and actually really offered him, so he really ate it. And the first thing he did was he like, oh bro, this is beef, I can't eat. Then yeah, I was afraid about it that he might get angry or anything. And so I asked him, and he said that it's okay if he don't know that it is a beef Yeah, so we kind of talked things out, and I apologized. And yeah, everything went well.
Alright, for Timothy, is there anything to add on for how did you manage the conflict happen between you and you?
I think it's more specifically for all of us in general, because we all have our own issues, so we actually took the time to sit down for about 10 minutes or so to talk about problems, and we eventually resolved them. Yeah. So yeah.
Alright, thank you.